Good evening, afternoon. I have no idea because I'm in the worst hotel room I've ever been in my life. The internet that I've paid for doesn't work. The shower knob came off in my hand and I had to get the man from reception to come and turn the shower off for me. I've already been moved rooms once already because they put me into a coffin where I could almost touch the ceiling with my head, and it made me feel very, very anxious and overwhelmed. They put me in a bigger room, but it's not very nice. It's very dark, it's very hot, and the windows are really dirty and everything's a bit gross. But I'm going out this evening, so all good. But the reason I wanted to do a video is because one of the things that I want to help women do is to understand and to give themselves the knowledge as to whether or not their drinking is causing them problems. When you drink regularly, quite a lot, or have been doing it forever, and you do feel a bit out of control of it, so you know that you can't just stop at one, you know that it's slid into every day of the week, you know that you binge drink and then you actually probably have another one then to make you feel better the next day, and so on. Whatever your pattern of drinking is, it could be you drink 2 glasses of wine a night and you don't think it is causing you anything, but there are a few things niggling in your head. Maybe your anxiety has got quite high. Maybe you've always been a bit anxious, but you're noticing that you're more and more anxious. And this is something that happened to me. And that's why I've called this anxiety versus anxiety. Because I don't think we're giving ourselves the choice to know. So what I try to do is I don't want everyone to suddenly stop drinking. I'm not an advocate for everybody needs to be sober. I don't even like the word sober, to be honest. If people ask me, I just say I don't drink. I drank for 25 years. I can't say I didn't enjoy drinking. If I didn't enjoy drinking, I wouldn't have done it for 25 years, but I enjoyed it way too much near the end. So what I wanted to find out for myself was, that I had been in denial for quite a while about, was the drinking, was that daily drinking, was me drinking and having more days on than off actually making me more anxious? I have gone to the doctors so many times, like literally 15 times over 10 years, and every single time I mentioned my drinking, and every single time it was never dealt with. Every single time the doctor said to me that it was to do with my anxiety, that my drinking was a consequence of my anxiety and I was self-medicating, which I was self-medicating for a lot of things. But I was in denial that maybe the reason I was so anxious, the reason I'd stopped driving on the motorways, the reason that everything just seemed overwhelming all the time, the reason I didn't want to pick up the telephone, the reason that I didn't put myself out there enough and make my business bigger, and all of these things, the reasons that I just felt like I couldn't listen to music, my anxiety was so high in all areas that it was stifling me. It was really impacting me. And I realised that I had to know. I couldn't keep thinking, it's probably the drink, but it ain't the drink. I needed to know. And then I could move on. So if it wasn't the drink, I could go back to the doctors and say, do you know what? I stopped drinking, but my anxiety is still absolutely overwhelming and I need to do something about it. I know now that it isn't to do with the drinking. I know that I need you to listen to what I'm saying. So I gave up drinking. And my anxiety, which I now know it was, went away over a few weeks. Into the months, almost disappeared. And now I have what I would say a normal amount of anxiety, what I had, growing up, as a mum, being a bit nervous, of other drivers, but I still now can go onto the motorway. My anxiety completely changed. And now I know it was the alcohol that was causing it. Now I know that the doctors should have addressed that when I talked to them that 15 times. They shouldn't have kept saying that if I sorted my anxiety out, my drinking would stop. And what I want is for people to just know. You can make the choice then. Okay, I took a week off, then I took another 30 days off. And while I was giving up the drinking for those 30 days, over the last sort of 2 weeks, I've noticed I'm not as anxious as I used to be. I've noticed that I don't feel as overwhelmed as I used to be. My brain is not so clouded and muddled, and I feel like I can cope a little better. I'm not saying it's magic, but if it is impacting you, if it is anxiety that is on top of normal anxiety that we already get as humans, if it is, and you know that you then can get rid of it, you know the answer, you know what's going to make you feel better, isn't that giving yourself a choice? Do you know what? I won't drink on that Saturday night because I know I've got a big day on Sunday and I don't want to feel anxious. Do you know what? I know that my anxiety has been so bad. I'm going to keep going because after this 30 days, I feel absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. Where's my anxiety gone? I've given myself the choice to know. That's important to me. It's important for me to be able to help you understand that there can be a choice and that there can be an awareness. And once you have that awareness, you have the power then. You have the power to decide. You've got the control. Instead of allowing the drink to make you calmer, make your mood change, and then the next day be anxious until your next drink, you know that you've got the power to say, no, do you know what? I know that's what's causing it, so I'm not going to do it. And the longer you don't do it, the less anxious you'll be. Or you've got that power to say, okay, I am going to try and moderate my drinking, which is super hard. It's harder than giving up. Okay, if you're anything like me, I tried for 7 years to give up alcohol and it was super difficult. Okay, I tried to give up my habit, should I say, give up my pattern of drinking. Instead of drinking every day, I want to drink on a Wednesday or a Saturday. And I noticed on the days that I wasn't drinking that my anxiety, as they like to call it now, had almost disappeared. But then I would feel better, so I would drink again, and I was in a vicious circle, and then it would slide back to every day because my anxiety was bad and the drink helped for that few drinks on the evening until I got, further into my evening and fell asleep on the sofa. So that is what I am asking. I am asking if you have got that niggle in your head, if you don't know yet, if you're not sure that some of your issues could be because of your drinking, give yourself that opportunity to find out. Give yourself that choice to take back that power and say, actually, I do know why my behaviour is like that. I do know why I'm feeling like that in my head. It's because for 4 days I have been drinking wine, gin, whatever, every night, and it's given me heightened anxiety. There are so many people, I am in so many sober groups, I'm in so many groups where people are trying to give up drinking, and it is across the board. People's anxiety gets less. So if you already suffer from anxiety, self-medicating with alcohol will only make it worse. If you've never had anxiety before, but actually you've noticed since lockdown your drinking's got more and your anxiety's got higher, it's probably the drink. But you won't know until you take the drink away. You could say, do you know what? I was fine. I still feel as anxious as ever. It probably isn't the drink. But if you take the drink away and it is the drink, then you know, and you've given yourself that choice. So that is what my groups are all about. It's about you understanding, and it's not just about anxiety. There are many things. It could be your eating habits, your sleeping habits. There are so many things that it can affect. So if you take away the drink and all of a sudden after 2 weeks you're getting a better night's sleep, that thought of, okay, I was using alcohol so I could go to sleep, you realise that actually it was giving you that restless, bad quality sleep, and you were waking up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and you weren't really having sleep. Do you know what? A lot of the time people are almost passed out, because that's what the alcohol does. So it's all about giving yourself the choice to then move forward and have more awareness about what it does to you, because it has different effects on everybody. So if you want to sign up to my group and you've managed to do 9 minutes of a video of me being recording in this dark and dingy hotel in the middle of London, then please feel free to come and sign up to my course, which is my group. It opens on Saturday and we start on Sunday. It's 5 days of no drinking, so commitment of 5 days only, and the work that you need to start to do, the questions you need to start to ask, the awareness you need to give yourself about your drinking habits and how it might be affecting you, and also how we can start changing it and what you want from your life going forward. See you later. Bye.